Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to KOTOR II. So, looks like we're having peace in our time here on Onderon, and there is a ton of loot here. Holy crap. Before we talk to Master Kavar here, let's go ahead and see what we can grab.
The Queen has requested you stay here until she gets back. I imagine you'll get some sort of reward. Talk with Master Kavar. She shouldn't take too long.
Oh crap, can we not loot any of this? No! Okay, fine. Well, let's talk to Master Kavar then.
The Force works in mysterious ways, it seems. There are times I'm not convinced it doesn't have a sense of humor. We spend all this time looking for you, and you came to us. I thought you might return to Onderon. Looks like just in time.
You were looking for me?
I told the other masters that our only chance to figure out what was happening to us was to find you, and try to understand what happened to you. I don't know how much you know, but this threat that's striking at the Jedi, it's attacking us through the Force. Varuk didn't believe me, but he was willing to travel to Dantooine, if only to help the settlers there, and perhaps protect what was left of the Jedi Enclave. Whatever the reason, having us all drop out of sight, I thought might make the enemy more bold. But then you happened. You came back, and you became a new target for whoever was attacking us.
Funny how that works out. Why did you choose these places to hide?
They were places touched by war, and we thought there was a chance you would return to these worlds, if only to try and make peace with what happened there during the war. But now the Sith have revealed themselves. That means the remaining Jedi will gather on Dantooine. From there, we can counterattack.
Why not Telos?
Telos? But Telos was destroyed during the Jedi Civil War. I heard they're trying to rebuild.
That's very strange, because I forgot. I know there's something going on with Atris. I don't remember what, though. But that's strange that Atris wouldn't offer her academy to these guys. Atris is on Telos.
Atris? I thought Atris had gone to KOTOR. Too many Jedi have scattered. The Council needs to gather. We cannot remain concealed any longer.
What happened on KOTOR?
We knew that someone was preying on us, hunting us. Finally, the Jedi decided to take action, and called a secret conclave on KOTOR to decide what must
Oh
be
yeah,
done.
Darth Nihilus
Before
happened.
the meeting could even begin, all the Jedi on the planet were killed, along with the Miralukas and all other life on the planet. Their deaths could be felt throughout the galaxy. So the Council decided that we must not present ourselves as a target again. The consequences to others were just too great. That we should use our resources to find who was responsible and deal with them. I think you're the only one who's made progress.
Oh, that's not good. Look behind Kavar's head down the hallway, and there are a bunch of enemy soldiers just waiting in the hall. I guess first, though, I have questions.
The difficulties you surmounted to get here. You must have many questions. You deserve answers.
Out of all the Jedi that we found so far, Varuk is the only one who we're not particularly fond of. Well, the Sith have revealed themselves, Master.
I know that all too well. I came here to find them, to trace them to their source. The war on Duxon and Onderon. I had thought that perhaps the tragedies that occurred here were concealing them.
Did you succeed?
You've had more success than I. General Vaklu's men and their allies effectively kept me pinned inside the palace. I felt all along that Vaklu had contacted the Sith, but the identity and purpose of the Sith, I can't say. Whatever I can tell you, I will.
Now, a lot of this stuff we already know. You just have the choice of asking these questions to any of the Jedi Masters you go to first. Sure. I need to know why you cast me out of the Order.
There was nothing else we could do. You defied the Council. You followed Revan to war. I know why you did it, but in so doing, much more harm was done. But you must understand, the exile was never the punishment you thought it to be. We could not have made you do such a thing in any event. I think you knew, inside, what you needed to do in order to heal.
And we heard this earlier. Perhaps so. It gave me time to reflect.
All those lives during the Mandalorian Wars, and all those you served beside. Too much death leaves echoes in the Force. It is the price for having such connections. I suspect that is why you chose to accept the Council's judgment, to wander beyond the Rim, and why you traveled with no one, and did not stay in any place too long. I have thought of you since your trial, and there are times when I wonder if being connected to the Force is always the gift it is believed to be.
We were on Walkabout, kind of like Dr. Franklin on Babylon 5.
Whatever I can tell you, I will.
I've reestablished my connection to the Force.
You always had deep connections to the Force. I'm glad to see that it is once again your ally. When I first sparred with you during your training as a Padawan, I could tell that you were different. And it wasn't just your strong connection to the Force. Whatever I can...
Now, is that pretty much... Oh, here we go. We need to ask about the holo recording and the Force bond.
So, you heard what we said. These questions I cannot answer. This is something the Council must answer, not I. You must understand, this is hard for me, especially after all you've done, but it is necessary.
Why is this hard for you?
Did you know that when I was training you, I considered making you my Padawan? I didn't. The demands of the Jedi Council were too great, and you even became a Guardian. I had hoped I could train you to eventually replace me. You have such potential. So the decision that had to be made was not easy, but I cannot say anything more.
Ah, okay, so that's why he wields two blades.
Whatever.
Let's ask about the Force bond.
That sounds like the bond that often forms between master and apprentice. But to that degree? You always did form connections to others, strong ones, even when you were a student. But what you are describing is beyond me. I'm sure others in the Jedi Council would be able to assist you, if you could find them.
He's not a consular. Well, you've answered all my questions. We should probably get a pretty nasty saber form from him.
There is something I would like to teach you. It is a technique which, I believe, will aid you in the trials ahead. There are times when you want to overwhelm a particular opponent quickly. For these situations, use the Juyo form. Do not get carried away using this form, particularly against Dark Jedi. The ferocity required to use this form leaves one vulnerable to enemy force powers.
And there we go.
Excellent. I'm impressed with how quickly you've mastered this form. I always knew you were gifted. I'm going to Dantooine. The Jedi Council vowed to assemble again when the Sith revealed themselves. Now that they've attacked Onderon, we can act. Our paths will cross again. May the Force be with you.
I like Kavar.
I'm sorry to keep you here. I needed to thank you personally for all of your help. Onderon owes both you and Master Kavar a debt that can never truly be repaid. Battles still wage in our streets, but by morning the conflict should be over. I recognize you must leave soon, but please, take this. I had also planned on giving you some relics from Onderon's past, but Vaklu's troops looted our museum. I hope the credits and my sincere thanks are enough. Captain Bostuka has made arrangements for a shuttle to take you to your ship. I fear it will be quite some time before you can come back. The war was brief but destructive. I will focus all of my energy on rebuilding Isis. Thank you again. I must go.
Yeah, shame about the museum getting raided by Vaklu's men.
If you will follow me, I will take you to your shuttle.
Oh, we don't even get a chance to loot anyone. That's a shame. Oh, there we go. Excellent. No! Ah, crap. Well, that is what it is, I guess. Shame. But at least we get to board the Ebon Hawk again, and that's another planet down. I think the only one that we have to go to, or the last one, is Korriban, which should be all kinds of interesting.
About time you showed up. We finished our part and have been sitting on our hands waiting for you. So, what happened?
Well, the political situation on Onderon has been dealt with. They only have one leader now.
Huh. We'll see how long that lasts.
We should return to the Ebon Hawk now and plot our next course of action.
Indeed we should. Let's go ahead. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that we can do here. Let's check. Lost Jedi. Pazak Den, and Trade War. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and head back onto the Ebon Hawk and see what is going to randomly happen here. Who's getting into a fight this time? There's one Padawan.
Of course. It would be my pleasure.
Meditation envy?
Why don't you go sit on a rocket?
Calm down. What is your problem?
I don't want to talk about it.
Alright, you know, Atten, sometimes it's no wonder you can't figure yourself out the way you lie to yourself all the time. I've hunted a lot of people in my line of work, but I never met someone who wants to get lost more than you do. I've got a pretty good idea why, but not the whole picture. I will, though. My advice? Come clean before I find out.
That guy, I don't trust him.
I do. I mean, he's alright, I guess. He's like someone who watches too many holovids. Or teaches them.
Yeah, you're right. He's boring.
Yeah, and that puts him a few ranks up the ladder from you.
Ouch.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm not boring.
No, you're more like a shifty lying idiot with a tendency to complain about every little thing and offer only small bits of helpful advice if pressured.
The disciple heard that, apparently.
He'd get beaten to death on Nar Shaddaa almost as soon as he landed, though.
Oh, that's good to hear. Thought I had some competition there.
Oh, well, it's not really a competition. I mean, you're kind of an idiot, Atten, and you don't shower enough, and you scratch your equipment when you think no one's looking. Don't take it too hard, though. That still makes you better than most people I've met on Nar Shaddaa.
Thanks.
And stop watching her. She's got enough problems.
Interesting.
There was a pattern to Revan's attacks during the Jedi Civil War. He sought to convert Jedi, not kill them. But that is not all. In fact, he fought to keep the infrastructure intact, killed certain political leaders that would lead to destabilization. First Patriarch Lelin Dur of Sirocco, the Corellian diplomat Mimis Yoon, and Yasunas of Achani.
You think he wanted to have something left to conquer?
I am not sure that he intended to conquer. I think he was trying to do something else. I think he was trying to unify the galaxy against some other threat.
Well, that would make him the first Sith to try to something like that. I'll finish this and then let you guys know. Against what?
I do not know. And that concerns me.
Any more? Nope. Okay. Well, real quick before we get to talking to these guys, you actually find out, and this is expanded universe, of course, so none of it is considered canon, but Revan, spoilers, was trying to prepare the galaxy for the true Sith Empire, led by the Sith Emperor that you see in Tor. Otherwise, they could just, when the Sith Empire returned, they could just run roughshod over the entire galaxy. Believe it or not, that was actually what Palpatine was trying to do. Palpatine, Darth Sidious, was very aware of the Vong, the super nasty alien threat in the later Star Wars novels, and one of the reasons that he created the Death Star and created the massive Imperial fleet was to conquer the galaxy, yes, but also prepare a unified front against the Vong when they showed up. So sometimes the intentions of the Sith are very, very interesting. So let's talk to all the Padawans and see what's going on here.
My life for yours.
Anything? Oh, we can teach some forms.
I am prepared both in mind and body for your teachings.
Huzzah.
I understand now. Such a form will increase my skills and my use to you.
Mm-hmm.
I do not...
So she now knows Juyo. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go around and talk to all these guys, see if there's anything new and exciting, and if so, I'll let you guys know. Alright. Well, no one really had anything new or interesting to say. I went ahead and taught Juyo to Atten and Visas. Apparently the disciple can't be taught that yet. Maybe he's not further along in his training, but I guess it is time to head to the next planet, and that is... we've gone through all of this. It is time to head to Korriban, guys, the homeworld of the Sith. So I'm looking forward to this. Now, it would not surprise me seeing a Jedi Master hiding out on Korriban. One of the primary reasons that Yoda hid on Dagobah is that the cave where Luke had his vision in Empire Strikes Back was filled with dark side energy. And because Yoda was so filled with the light side, they canceled each other out and no one could detect Yoda. So, being on a dark side planet like Korriban, a perfect place for a Jedi Master to hide. And this looks very similar to Korriban as it's seen in Tor and in the first KOTOR. Lots of temples. One of these days I really hope to see Korriban.
We've hit the ground. This is Korriban.
In a movie.
Why would one of the Jedi you're looking for come here?
An adequate job, pilot. Perhaps here there is some trace of those who pursue us. I sense that we may be truly alone on the surface.
There are signs of life on the surface. Beasts by the dozen. So don't worry. You won't be quite as lonesome as she makes out. You might want to keep your, lightsaber sharp. Or do whatever you do in these situations.
Although I think that the pilot's mechanical devices are probably accurate. If there are Sith here, their numbers are few and they are hidden.
It seems quiet. Just the wind. But deep beneath the surface, you can feel the pain of what took place here. This place merely tolerates sentience walking upon it. It is pleased to have been left alone. There is great power here for those with the ambition to use it. There is great power in this place for those who can hear its call.
There is much that would draw a Jedi to this place. The resting grounds of the ancient and more recently departed Sith contain many teachings believed lost. The most likely place to find our lost Jedi is the ruins of the old academy.
What happened here?
It was said that Revan intended to return to Korriban to subdue any potential Sith insurgents, but Revan disappeared. It took a year or two for the Republic to send a force here to deal with any Sith that may have remained. They found Korriban much as we have, barren and lifeless. It was assumed that the remnants of the Sith turned on each other, vying for what little power remained. The Republic found evidence that several Sith Lords escaped Korriban, fleeing to remote sections of the galaxy.
Do you think there are any Sith living here?
As lifeless as it seems, the dark side is very strong here. The Sith Lords would not ignore such a powerful place. There is much that can be learned, even here. You should go to the ruins of the old academy. If there are any traces here of Sith, that is where they would be.
Well, let's head out then.
If you walk Korriban's surface, you shall walk it without me.
Why won't you come with me?
I cannot. This place is strong with the dark side. It is difficult to center myself here. Korriban holds few secrets from me, but much that you should learn.
Very well. I'll stay here and keep the engines primed in case we need to leave quickly.
I will remain here and meditate. Our link remains. I shall contact you and provide guidance when needed. The academy is on the other side of this valley. Be careful. Dark energy fills these ruins, and even the fallen Sith live still.
Lots of ghosts. Fun times. Well, let's go ahead and head down to the planet side. So, Kreia can't come with us, that's a shame. Let's go ahead and I'm going to take Meetra with us, just because I need to get more influence with her, because I want to unlock her Force abilities. And, well, the Padawan... Let's take HK. We got our little dose of light and dark here. And not like we can't plug other people in if we need to. Oops. There we go. So we have Meetra being the tank, with HK and Meetra being the long-distance DPS.
The structures you see around you are the plundered tombs of the ancient Sith Lords. Each
Hi, HK.
tomb was once infused with the history and heritage of the old Sith Empire, containing great mysteries and powerful relics of the Force. However, even the many traps could not long hold back the curious, the fools, and the weak, and so these tombs fell, spilling their secrets into the hands of those unable to comprehend or preserve them.
Good times. Let's get everyone equipped here, because I know we have some really good stuff here. We got Droid Duraplating Mark II. And the Unity Grid. Droid Deflector Mark III. Deflector provide limited protection against all types of energy. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Your Plasma Projector is still good, HK. Anatomy Library. Warfare. Let's see what... Attack Modifier +2. Improved Rapid Shot, Master Rapid Shot, and Regular Rapid Shot. What do you have in turn... Well, actually, let's go ahead and level everyone up. What does HK have in terms of feats? Well, you already have all that, so there's really no reason to do that. So, attack modifier... I think we still have to do the warfare upgrade because of the plasma projector. I'm thinking proficiency, focus, and specialization. Oh, yeah. Let's just go ahead. We'll go with that. Why not? And you got your droid killer weapons. Just to be safe, because we don't know if HK is still going to be around when we fight those guys. Let's go ahead and unequip those and make sure Meetra has them. And everything else is in pretty good shape, so cool. This should be interesting. We got the Shyrat Cave already. And skeletal corpses,
the broken corpses before you
everywhere
are all that remain of the Sith on Korriban. I doubt there is much to be gained from looting these bodies. It would be best to leave them be.
You're not the boss of me. Velinar armor, Zabrak heavy blaster, and components.
Fool! You've disturbed the spirits of this place, and they have sent their guardians.
I'm a grave robber. Step up. What are these guardians?
Hissis are semi-intelligent beasts, corrupted and strengthened by prolonged exposure to the dark side. As creatures of the Force, they have a limited ability to mask their presence.
Okay.
Hissis are drawn to suffering and carnage. They must have fed on all the corpses left over from the war here on Korriban. The angry phantoms of the Sith, too weak to influence the sentient, have taken these Hissis as thralls to their will.
Well, that just means more XP for me. Oh, cool. They look like little baby crate dragons. That's adorable. Yeah, keep it going, guys. We got a rifleman, we got a pistolier, and a swordsman. See, that wasn't that bad. And it looks like you guys will probably just fade out, so... Let's explore more of this place.
This was the tomb of Tulak Horde, known as the greatest lightsaber duelist of the Sith Lords.
I would like to know more.
His skill was considered remarkable even in his time, when many true lightsaber masters lived.
Are you saying modern Jedi are poorly skilled with the lightsaber?
If you were to face an ancient Sith Lord in combat, you would learn that we are as children playing with toys compared to the prowess of the old masters.
What made him so good?
That is unknown. But supposedly, he created a holocron to teach his technique to other Sith. The holocron would have been laid to rest in his tomb.
We should go grab it.
Unfortunately, Tulak Horde's tomb was among the first penetrated by the grave robbers of the new Sith Order.
Crap.
If the holocron has survived, I doubt anyone living would know its location.
Well, that's unfortunate. And it doesn't look like we can go in, so no holocron for us. Well, let's check over here. I guess we're going to be getting a briefing about every single tomb and find out a little bit about the old Sith. Now, Tulak Horde, if I recall, was I may be wrong in this, I'll have to check it out after I'm done with here, but was a pureblood Sith.
Ahead lies the tomb of Naga Sadow, successor to Marka Ragnos, and the Sith Lord responsible for nearly conquering the Republic in the Great Hyperspace War a millennia ago. More recently, this tomb was where Revan confronted Uthar Vin, the leader of the Sith Academy.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
When Revan left Korriban, the Sith Academy was thrown into turmoil. With their leader gone, many fought for the right to rule. And so, the Sith here turned on each other, resulting in the carnage you can see covering the surface of this valley.
Which would serve Revan either way. If he was light side, no powerful Sith teaching more and more new recruits, and dark side, when he came back, there would only be the strongest Sith left. It's all about looking for the silver lining. Security tunneler, step up. Oh, that was a nasty attack. Love it. And they get 400 XP per shot. That was a very, very nice security tunneler. Now we checked that one. I'm not looking forward to taking on those HKs. We got some blood. Yeah, I do remember all of these tombs. Let's go ahead and see what's in this one. Another tunneler.
That's another one for me. Ratio achieved. That's another one for me. That's another one for me.
Let's keep our healing up just in case, because we had to remember that HK can't be healed via that ability, I don't believe. Yeah, no. That'd be kind of cool if you had a droid heal. But let's go ahead and get the skinny on these other two tombs, and I think we'll call it an episode for the day.
This way leads to the tomb of Ajunta Pall, a fierce Sith Lord. According to legend, the blade proved more fearsome than the Master, leading to his demise. Ajunta's dark spectre lived on through the centuries until Revan entered the Sith Lord's tomb in search of the blade. Revan calmed the angry ghost of Ajunta Pall and showed him the path back to the light.
You sound like you disapprove.
One who has fallen so far and done so much evil does not deserve redemption. In a way, such a turning from one's nature is cowardly, a betrayal of the self.
No one's beneath redemption, Kreia. No one.
Perhaps, but redemption is a form of spiritual collapse, a fall few recover from.
Well, it was fatal for Vader. What became of the blade?
Unknown. Some have suggested that the blade led to Revan's demise, as it did Ajunta Pall. That is only speculation, however. Where Revan wanders now is knowledge that only Revan holds.
Oh, we gained influence with Kreia. That's surprising. That is normally not the not our habit. So, info on one more.
Before you is the tomb of the great Sith Lord Marka Ragnos, a half-breed who possessed tremendous strength, both physically and in the Force. Ragnos held power for over a century, using his cunning to turn his enemies against each other. His death left a great vacuum of power. We're standing close to the spot where Naga Sadow first confronted Ludo Kresh to vie for domination of the Sith. Their struggle nearly resulted in a civil war that would have torn the Sith apart before they ever threatened the Republic.
Sounds like civil wars are common among the Sith.
Yes, it is the way of the Sith. They must continually test their strength against each other, even if it means destroying themselves.
So what happened between Sadow and Kresh?
As fate would have it, a pair of hyperspace explorers from Sinagar landed on Korriban. Naga Sadow manipulated the Sith into believing they were a sign of impending Republic invasion. This fear resonated with many Sith who were discontent with the lack of expansion of the Sith Empire during the reign of Marka Ragnos. Thus, Naga Sadow became Ragnos' successor.
Interesting. I like getting the skinny on a lot of these guys again. It's been a long time since I've read Tales of the Jedi. Well, we'll take out these guys and we will call it a day. So we are going to be here on Korriban. This is the last planet where we need to find a Jedi Master. So we will go ahead and end it here, and we'll continue our explorations next time. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, go ahead and click like down below, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help, and we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.